Nigeria under 18 girls, they are celebrating their win against Liberia. It was a walloping 90 against 9 in that game where they actually did so well over there in Cote d'Ivoire. Welcome here on the show, Weekend Sport on Trust TV. Adini G. Shafe. Well, time to take you around the world of sport as activities that have to do with Team Nigeria. I'll be looking at that. What's happening concerning our team that I'll be competing today, and those are actually been where they've crashed out in the tournament. We'll be giving you much more detail concerning Team Nigeria according to their performance in Paris. Even though it has not been a roller coaster performance for our team, we still have hope in some of the athletes who are really trying to see how they can do well in the competition. Welcome you once again on the show, Weekend Sport. Well, we just saw there our under 18 girls. They did well in Cote d'Ivoire. They are playing the FIBA under 18 girls and boys there. And for our ladies, they did a walloping 90 point they score against Liberia, and team who actually managed to score 9 points. Let's look at that result. And also for our boys, who also did well against Ghana, although it was a close call between Nigeria and Ghana. When it comes to the men, 47-72, Nigeria winning that game there. For Nigeria under 18 boys, we were able to win 72 against Ghana, 47. While our ladies, they really outshine the Liberian team, 90 against 9. It was just a swapping of the zero figure there. Well, good one for Nigerian girls under 18, taking the cue from the Tigress. And now you saw how they were celebrating there in that game for the under 18 Afro Basket 2024 qualifiers taking place in Cote d'Ivoire, in Abidjan precisely. Congrats to them. And hopefully they'll continue to win all the many games that they'll be playing. We really appreciate what they are doing, making us proud, despite the fact that this team traveled to Cote d'Ivoire by road. You won't believe that, but still, they shone like million stars. Well, right now, let's have a review of the week. What actually happened concerning Team Nigeria during the week. We start with the Favour Ofili issue that has to do with the omission of this Nigerian star that has to do with 100 meters. Ofili omission from 100-meter race has caused a lot of issues. A lot of Nigerians are reacting concerning this. But the fact that the young lady, she's not happy for the fact that she was omitted in the 100-meter race that she was registered. According to the Athletic Federation of Nigeria, she was registered. In fact, a copy of the registration was actually released by AFN to let at least exonerate themselves for being blamed for her not being able to race in the 100-meter. But right now, NOC, Nigeria Olympic Committee, are yet to make a statement. And from the way it is, the young lady went on outburst yesterday. She was not too happy. We have to look at the outburst of Favour Ofili there on her X handle. Really, she has not been happy at all. A lot of things she was saying on her Facebook page, rather. Ofili was really making a lot of, she wasn't happy at all who assigned Federation or Olympic Committee to enter letting into Olympic Games. A lot of things there. She was really, really angry. Sadly, nothing has been done. I'm yet to see or hear anyone is being punished for what the NOC and AFN did to me. Athletes shouldn't be getting punished for things out of their control. If those responsible are not held accountable for taking this opportunity from me, neither organization can ever be trusted in the future. Talking about Ofili there, well, even though the Minister of Sports said, well, head will roll, but so far, no statement has come from NOC to talk about this, and it's really not too good for the lady because she could be demoralized for this. Well, NOC and AFN, this, well, according to her, a lot of talk from Ofili there for the fact that she was not too happy looking at the outburst of Ofili there, the second one that has to do with this lady. Well, Ofili is not happy, and Nigerians are saying, well, by now we expect NOC to have released a statement concerning this. Even though the minister's head will roll, so far no one has been at least punished according to Ofili, and she's not happy about it because she was registered from the AFN. If you have that AFN list there of Nigerian athletes where Ofili was registered, she's standing number 11 on the log there, 11 with the blue tick there. And now, according to Samuel Onikeku, technical director of AFN, according to her, Ofili's name was on the list, number 11 there. But Ofili will not be racing because from the what athletics list they have, Ofili's name did not make it. And the minister came up that heads will roll concerning that. But you know, no head has actually rolled yet. Well, right now we have our sports analyst that will be joining us from Lokoja, Ahmad Emmanuel. Over to you. Favour Ofili outburst concerning omission for the 100-meter race, and it's so painful because is it negligence? Can we call it negligence, or was it that they want to actually deal with her? Because if you remember, during the one competition like that, she did not run, she opted out, and could that be the reason why Ofili is being sanctioned, or what?
Good morning to you, Nee, and good morning to the crew and to the viewers too. I hope I've been heard crystal clear before I continue.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, thank you so much. Well, it's a very sad development. It's a disaster. It's a national embarrassment. You know that stuff like this could happen at the expense of the emotions, the anticipation of the whole nation who want to see their athletes perform at the highest level. I'm saying this because I begin to think that there's more to this that probably we do not know right now as we talk. I saw the story myself, and I was shocked, you know, that Ofili will not be racing in the 100-meter race. I was like, what's going on? We begin to see a lot of reactions, a lot of, you know, stories from different angles, you know. A lot of people were saying, yeah, like you rightly stated, the AFN said she was registered. They had a copy and they presented it. The sport minister said that heads will roll. Who are these heads? We're still waiting to see. And before heads will roll, or probably if there's any head that is going to be rolling, we should be able to make some, you know, findings, a thorough investigation, and fish out those who actually, you know, succeeded in maybe somehow meeting the name of Ofili. If the AFN says that they actually presented a copy with evidence that she was registered, and that was actually, you know, a kind of proof to actually exonerate themselves out of this saga, then who actually forwarded, or probably if it's going to be by mail or fax or whichever means they sent it to the International Olympic Committee, who was involved. I think this should be the angle where this investigation will be centered on. Who were the people who sent this copy to the International Olympic Committee? If there's anyone involved in this department, then such people should be questioned. This is where I think the investigation should start from. However, there were other reports that the Athletic Federation of Nigeria, the National Olympic Committee, you know, probably under the minister, have been trying everything to see if they can, in a way, put Ofili back into the 100-meter race, but probably by appeal or by some sort of, you know, explanation and all that. And the International Olympic Committee has come out and said that the damage is done already, and there's no way they will compromise or probably accepting Nigeria's plea to allow Ofili race in the 100 meters. It has happened maybe to some other countries before, perhaps some technical errors or maybe blunders, and they've not given any listening ears to those nations. So Nigeria, however, I also want to believe that the federation, talking about the, you know, Athletic Federation, by now should be carrying out investigations. We don't want this to delay. We need very prompt response. We need something that is quick. We need to know who and who was involved. It shouldn't be a difficult thing. Like I said, people were involved in compiling the name. A lot of people were involved in actually scrutinizing the name. Some people were involved in sending the name. Maybe along the line, somebody somehow omitted her name. Perhaps, maybe we're still going to be hearing more revelations in days to come. In offices, like you see ladies being, you know, harassed, and maybe in schools, lecturers harassing ladies. I'm just trying to cite examples or instances. And, you know, perhaps maybe similar thing have played out between Ofili and probably one of those who were involved in this act. It is so sad. Like I said, it's a national embarrassment. It's a disaster, but this is coming at this level, especially when we have high hope that at least if we're not winning anything in other sports, football, you know, like South Africans, I mean, they are already battling with that, how to recover from that shock. I call it a shock because we had every opportunity to at least move a little bit, you know, further. We did not. Maybe we'll talk about that. Now, Ofili's own is coming. We believe that she probably will have at least had this, very fantastic, moment on the track. Now, there's another report saying that, the reason for, her omission, I think I saw that before coming on, but probably because there was going to be a clash, in the 100-meter race. That's why they decide to take off her name. How? I don't get it. The International Olympic Committee should be the one to decide, the schedules for these sprinters. If you think there will be a clash, allow the IOC to decide. Just allow the name to be there. They should be the one to say, okay, you'll be racing in 100, you'll be racing in 200. Now the 100 and 200 meter, has now clashed. And so there's need for us to, review and perhaps have a reschedule of the race. This should be, for the Olympic Committee, and not those who probably think they can just, come around and do something for their own reasons that I do not know, to the emotions and the detriment of, our sport lovers in this country. However, I still want to wait and see what the ministry will do in the coming days. Otherwise, we'll continue to ask questions. Trust me, it is not one of those issues that we'll just talk about and let go. No, we'll continue to hammer on it. Even if it's not on air like this on TV or radio, we'll make sure we use our social media handles to continue to ask questions. She needs to be treated fair, and she needs the support of Nigerians at least to allow her have that, mental, recovery to perform. Ofili is one of the best, and we know surely a lot of, sport lovers have been waiting and hoping that she will deliver. We need to win something at the Olympics. And apart from that, it's not.
Okay, well, Ahmad Emmanuel has been talking with us concerning Favour Ofili's case. Her case is just so pathetic after qualifying for the Olympics. And now she won't be able to run in that 100 meters. In fact, it has actually been concluded because she couldn't run. But hopefully in 200 meters, we're going to be seeing Favour Ofili doing the business there. Well, right now, talking about Team Nigeria for the Olympics, aside Ofili's case, we've had a very, very tough season in these Olympics. Things have not been going too well for Team Nigeria. Although in basketball, let's talk about the Tigress. In the week review, the Tigress performance against at the Olympics so far. Well, the first game they played against Australia, it was a shocking moment. They were able to win against Australia in that game there. And then the second one, they play against France and they lost against France. Meanwhile, they'll be facing Canada in their next match. But so far, Ahmad, in the jiffy, let's talk about the Tigress. The Tigress, they fought hard. Let's have their top scorer against France there. We know that Ezine Kalu has actually been fantastic performance for this team. That's the Tigress top scorers against France in this tournament. Well, from the way it is, we know that Ezine Kalu has tried her best. Emi Okonkwo, all of them fighting hard to see what they are going to be doing. But so far, Ahmad Emmanuel, the Tigress, 2 matches out of 2 games they've played, they won 1 and they lost against France.
Australia. Before that game, a lot of people on paper thought it was going to be a walkover for the Australians, but big Tigers probably do not have that standard quality, to stop it. But trust me, it was a shocker. And we all started singing praises, that, we have a team for after how many years, over 20 years, can now record a win in basketball at the Olympics. It was a joy, we were all celebrating. You mentioned Ezine Kalu. Yes, I think experience, consistency, and constant, appearance and the colors of the national team has actually given her that confidence, that morale to lead that team. And also, in a way, energize the spirit of teammates that we can do it. And they got the job done. Yes, against France, the coach came out to explain some certain, reasons why they actually lost, and that is quite understandable. However, I still believe and trust that these ladies can still do something remarkable. Trust me. I mean, if not for anything, but the win they recorded against Australia, it was something to always remember, and it will always give joy to, sport lovers, especially those who actually love the baby game. Now, France, you can't take away the quality, and also don't forget in a hurry, but they are the home team. We knew this will happen because the home support and the host of other stuff, going to play out. They have the quality. You can't take that away. USA, France. I mean, these are top nations in basketball. But then we're beginning to hold our own and begin to also show class. But at the highest level, we can compete. I want to see these girls, no matter what happened, being kept together, more better hands being invited to ensure we have a more formidable team and then expose them to some competition, not until maybe there's Olympics or probably no. We should be maintaining consistency. We should maintain, some level of fitness and also get the team busy. This is how you get the best out of the team. And trust me, we'll have a team that can beat our chest that, yeah, we're ready to go.
Okay, talking about the Tigress there, we're actually looking at the performance of Team Nigeria, especially during the week. We're looking at a week review of, we started with Favour Ofili's outburst concerning predicament of not being able to race in the 100-meter race, and then we moved to the Tigress. And now let's talk about Super Falcons, our team, under 23 ladies. Well, it didn't go well as planned. At the Olympics, they lost their 3 games, Brazil, Japan, Sweden. In fact, against Brazil, it was a match that people were thinking or hoping that Falcons will actually be able to spring off surprise, but it went south as they lost 3-1 in that game. Their performance in this competition so far did not at least show a lot of a lot of actions that Nigeria expected from them. Maybe they were able to do well, but it went south, something like I said earlier. But right now, Super Falcons performance at the Olympics. Ahmad Emmanuel, you want to agree with me that to some extent our ladies against Brazil, they really came out smoking against Spain, but against Japan, it was as if something went wrong.
In all honesty, I would say kudos to the Super Falcons. I'm not going to probably put all the blames on the girls. I will share the blames, but then let me start from the girls, right? You have a team, yeah, and these girls fought so hard, they worked extra hard. I mean, qualifying for the Olympics wasn't an easy ride, And during the qualification, I made a statement. I think in one of the presses, I was in Abuja against the Bariana of South Africa. We managed to win by a lone goal. Defensively, we were okay. Midfield-wise, we were good. But why are we not scoring goals? This was the question. And the coach, Wandrum, was like, okay, well, we'll have what it takes to still maybe have more time to work and, drafting some very good players and all that. So, okay. Interestingly, we still have probably almost similar sport for the Olympics. Before the Olympics, we saw a lot of outbursts, some of the players, Odega, number AB, on their social media handles, respectively, calling out, the coach, saying a whole lot of stuff. I hope you remember. And at that point in time, I began to suspect a whole lot of things. What is going on? I mean, we used to have something in the Super Eagles. Why is it not being transferred to the Super Falcons? That a lot of people thought maybe there shouldn't be problems, Well, approach our team against Brazil, we had everything to win that game. Trust me, we had everything to win that game until they scored, and they won by a slim margin, a lone goal against Spain. In fact, we were on top of the game. We had all the chances, trust me, to at least beat the Spaniards by at least 2-0. Even if they were going to score maybe 2-1, shall be the outcome of that game. But we ended up losing the game. And now lies in beating Japan and hope that, Brazil beat, Spain, I think. Now, the Japanese came out with their pace, power, and experience too. You can't take away the quality of the Japanese. Like on paper, a lot of people thought, oh, Japan should be an easy, right? USA will be, Spain or Brazil will be the tougher opponents. But we had a very good game against Spain. We had a very fantastic game against Brazil. The Japanese came out and they thrashed us by 3-1. It was the only game that we were able to score a goal at the Olympics, and then we're out. Now, coming back to the blames, I will say the Federation, talking about the NFF, made a mistake in allowing Wandrum to continue. I think the World Cup outing from the Super Falcons actually divided the opinion whether or not to allow him stay or he should go. Maybe for me, the best will have just allowed him to go. Why? We'll have some very good tacticians domestically who are doing well. I've followed the Women League, talking about NWFL, and trust me, there's nothing that Wandram is doing that none of the indigenous coaches cannot do. They can even do better. Check the standard of Wandram. He is a university coach, not a top coach in terms of women's football. That's where my argument is being based right now. If you have an average coach, maybe in one of the universities in the USA, and then you bring him to come handle our national team, what happened to the coaches who have been busy weekend in, weekend out, season in, season out in Nigeria? Give them a try. Go check the past. You will see if I will have, indigenous coaches that have actually delivered. I mean, remember the Aisha Buhari Cup that was hosted in Lagos. Remember, under the same man, the South Africans came, they actually taught us some football lessons. That was where my fear started from. So I think at the moment, he should just go. It's not what we're fighting him. He has tried. He has made his mark. There's no one going to write the record or history that his name will be omitted. So thank you so much, Randy. You can now go. Now, after Randy's exit, who is going to take over? This is the question. I will leave that to the NFF. I don't want a foreigner again. This is not a Super Eagles. This is a Super Falcons. There should be transparency. There should be quality. There should be standard, right? I mean, whoever that is coming in should be somebody that, oh, yeah, it is not about this is my player, probably because he's playing in the USA, playing in Spain. Or if you're not good enough, please stay off the national team. We have some very good players here. The only thing they need is, encouragement, that future, and ensure that, yeah, go, you can do it, and they will get it done. Trust me, even at the youth level, on the 17 Flamingos, you're on the 20 Falconers, we have some very good players. Trust me, the World Cup will begin very soon. You will see exactly what I'm talking about. So me, I believe Randy has done enough, so he should go. Now, to the players that were on parade, Assistant Oshala was a big question mark for me. I don't have anything personal against her. In fact, sometimes we used to talk. In the past, yeah, we used to talk. Like, if I need to interview her, I have access to her. I can tell you that. But at a point in time, we begin to see some diminishing in Assistant Oshuala's commitment. When I mean commitment, she now plays like, well, whether or not we win, no problem. I have my club, I have my base. This is national team. She comes around dictating, like, yeah, we've been here. We are holding the ground here in the camp. So the new players, like, they now look at her as a role model. If somebody is looking at you as a role model, you need to up your game. If that standard quality is not there, just back out. You have genuine excuse. I'm sorry you keep inviting me, but I think my quality isn't good enough for the national team. Honestly, we respect that. Shuala was a no for me, trust me, and anybody can fault that, but this is my opinion. Not only her, but let me just pause. Honestly, if I keep remembering the opportunities we'll have, the chances we'll have to maybe at least move a little bit further in these Olympics, keep hurting me. Look at, Zambia. Look at Zambia, for example. Man, let's just hold it there. But trust me, it's an Olympics that I think we should have done better. But trust me, we did not.
Okay, talking about Super Falcons there with Ahmad Emmanuel. Our ladies, they fought hard, but they are out of the tournament. For Team Nigeria, it has not been too easy so far, this competition, even though we're trying to see how we can surpass 1996 Olympics. Though a tough one there for Team Nigeria. Now, we are focusing on Team Nigeria performance at Paris Olympics. Let's look at that focus. And now we start with our lady, Rosemary Chukwuma. Chukwuma at least was able to qualify for semi-final of 100 meters. Yes, there is no Favour Ofili, but we still have that Rosemary Chukwuma. She was able to do well there, and now she'll be racing against the likes of Fraser Price, Richardson, Alfred for placing Olympics 100-meter finals. And if she's able to do it, who knows? Anything can still happen. Well, that's for Rosemary Chukwuma. Talking about discus, our ladies, the three of them that qualified for the first time in the history of Olympics. We had three Nigerians qualifying for the discus event. But the three of them, the three of Chioma Onyekwere, Obiagiri Amechi, and Ashley Anumba, they are all out. They've been eliminated in the women's discus throw qualification at their Olympic debut in Paris. Well, so painful. The ladies actually they went, they saw, but they couldn't conquer. But at least it's unregistered. That's our history. The first time, three Nigerians making it to the Olympics in the sport of discus. And also in 4x400 meter relay, our mixed team. that consists of four of them. They actually fought hard. Emmanuel Ifeanyi Ojeli, Patience Okon George, not forgetting Ella Onujuvevo and Samuel Ogazi. They could not. They narrowly missed out by coming fourth behind United Kingdom, Belgium, and they couldn't make it. So painful, but they fought hard to see how they could make it in the 4x400 meter that's a relay mixed race there. Nigeria actually came fourth. And well, we still have open shot put because our star shot putter, let me call him that name, that's Chukwuebuka Enekwechi, actually qualified for the finals of shot put, and congrats to him for the fact that he's able to do it, and to let you know that Chukwuebuka Enekwechi becomes Nigerian first finalist at Paris 2024 Olympics, competing in his second Olympic Games for Nigeria. Chukwuebuka qualified for the final of the men's shot put with the best effort of 21.13 meters, finishing fifth in Group B qualification round and ninth overall. So hopefully we have open shot put there for Enekwechi Chukwuebuka. We want to see him doing well. He has qualified for the final, and that will be coming up tonight. Well, just giving you a wrap of what happened yesterday concerning Team Nigeria as we focus on that team. And now we quickly just touch on the medal table. Let's look at how the medal table is standing. Well, China seems to be running away right now with it. People Republic of China are top there. They have 31 in all, gold 13. They have 9 silver, 9 bronze. France, they are second with 11. Australia, USA, 9 gold, 18 silver, 16 bronze, 43 in all. Great Britain, 9, 10, 8, 27. Japan, South Korea in that pecking order there. Although it's still open for anyone. I know the race is still between China and USA for this competition. They want to see who stays top there. Just let you have a feel of the medal table there. Well, quickly, we have a Nigerian that will be swimming today. Her name is Adaku Nwandu, a young Nigerian that is based in Singapore. And now we listen to her briefly for what she said concerning this Olympic. This is her debut for Nigeria in swimming. Let's hear her.
Team Nigeria's Adaku Nwandu is one of the swimmers here at the Paris Olympics. Adaku, how does it feel to be here at the Olympics?
It feels surreal and it feels so exciting. I've never expected this to happen in my swimming career, looking back before, but I'm so excited to just even be here and amongst all these amazing athletes.
So how did you qualify for the games?
So for swimmers, they take the swimmer with the highest FINA points, and then they compare it with other swimmers, and then swimmer with the highest FINA point in the country gets to go to participate in the Olympics.
So this
Nigerian swimmer there, the young lady be swimming today in that particular sport, and want to see her do well. Hopefully, she will also make us proud there. Well, for Adaku Nwandu, this is her first time at the Olympics, and she represented her fatherland. Well, for Adaku, quickly, let's look at the fixture, rather, the schedules for today, Saturday schedules. That has to do with the Olympics for Team Nigeria. We have 1 and 2. They are in swimming. We mentioned her name, Adaku Nwandu, the one you just saw her clip. In fact, as we speak right now, she's there competing 50-meter freestyle hits for Nigeria in women's 50 meters. Athletics, we have men's 100-meter round 1, Koinsola Ajayi alongside Favour Ashe Godson Ogenebrume will also be racing there. Let's look at the other side of it, where we have another set of Nigeria shot put. Men's final is going to be Chukwuebuka Enekwechi representing Nigeria by 6:35 p.m. Athletics, women's 100-meter semi-final, Rosemary Chukwuma, and also she's able to make it. She will be able to race in the women's final that will be coming up by 8:20 p.m. there. Just to give you a wrap of Team Nigeria schedule for today over there in France. We could go on a short break. By the time we return, we'll continue with the show. But let's have some facts and figures and also history behind the Olympics. Did you know segment there? Always good to educate ourselves, taking us back the history lane there for us to always remember all those moments in the world of sport. And attention being on the Olympics for Team Nigeria. Well, good to have you back on the show, Weekend Sport. And now we just quickly run through some activities that we still have for you. Now, for women, the final quarter-final fixtures will be coming up today. Quickly, let's look at those fixtures for women Paris 2024 women football quarter-finals fixtures that will be coming up as we actually be waiting for that to come up. We also talk about the men. They also play some games, the result, and also the fixtures there. It was a fantastic performance from Egypt and Morocco for the fact that they were able to qualify for this year's semi-final. Well, for women, France will be facing Brazil, while Spain will lock on with Colombia, Japan, USA, Canada, Germany. Well, Ahmad Emmanuel, these are the ladies that will be fighting for quarterfinals fixtures today, where they'll be seeing who will make it to the semi-finals. Well, France-Brazil, a game that I want to see what will happen to Brazil against France, Spain, Colombia, USA, Japan, and Canada versus Germany. Quickly, your take on these games.
So I think it's going to be tough fixtures overall, I must tell you. Starting with France and Brazil, yes, the host nation will be banking on the support of the hosts and also ensure that at least pinch the Brazilians in any of their weakening points. And I believe from the quality both nations have actually displayed, on route based stage, I stick with the French team to at the end of the day get the better of the Brazilians. For Spain, yes, they play some tiki-taka football that they're known for, free-flow football that they're known for, but they need to be wary of the Colombians. They are very deadly. USA, yeah, anytime, any day, you want to give it to them. They are very, very good, strong in terms of women's football, but the Japanese are very fast, and trust me, you can't play down the quality. So I see an upset in the USA versus Japan's game, maybe, in favor of Japanese. USA should be very, very wary of the Japanese. Yeah, Canada, another good nation. We saw what they did against the Super Falcons in a friendly game before this, Olympics proper. However, the Germans want to prove that, yeah, they won the World Cup, and of course, it is never a fluke. So playing against the Canadians surely should be a roller coaster for the German team. But trust me, it's not going to be an easy ride for them.
Well, just taking a look at the quarterfinals fixtures for today over there in France. 8 teams will be fighting for honors, and let's see who actually making it through. Now, let's cross over to the men. A big one for African teams, Egypt and Morocco being able to make it. But let's look at the result first. Olympic men's tournament, where Morocco defeated USA 4-0. What a match for them. Japan, they lost against Spain 3-0, while Egypt played 1-0 before they went on penalty, and they won 5-4 against Paraguay. France actually pipped Argentina. It was like a payback. The enmity between France and Argentina is going haywire now. If you look after that game, a lot of issues that happened concerning that particular game between France and Argentina. It was as if they were trying to pay back Argentina. When you remember when they won the Copa America and the issue of the songs they were singing, and the same French team also almost did the same thing before they got one of the players got recorded there. But this game, well, let's look at the semi-final, Paris Olympics men's football semi-final. Right now we have Egypt to be playing, and Morocco also be playing. Morocco will be facing Spain, while Egypt will play France. From the way it is, 5th of August, we'll be having 2 African nations at the semi-finals, and someone will say, okay, well, there is hope that maybe one of them will be able to make it. But I'm like, well, they have to be very careful, because the fact that they are 2, they all really need to be very, very careful against France and Morocco. Concerning this game, semi-final, where we have 2 African teams, Egypt and Morocco. Ahmad Emmanuel, being careful is just the high points of the statement now for them.
Extra careful, extra careful. Morocco especially. I begin to see the prospect of Morocco becoming the 3rd African nation to maybe surprise the whole world and win a gold in men's football event as far as the Olympic is concerned. Over the years, the Moroccans have designed a very, very large program for themselves. Generally, in terms of sports development, every department is working, from the youth level to the senior national team. We saw what they did at the World Cup. And even the women's team are also doing fantastically well. You can't take away that, stats. Now, against Spain, the Spaniards are made up of academy players. from area, Barca, Valencia, Atletico, all coming together tells you that they have quality too. But then trust me, going by what the Moroccans did yesterday against the USA, I want to believe that they have what it takes to stop the Spaniards. I wouldn't know how it's going to happen, but trust me, I'm beginning to have this feeling that, yeah, that quality is there and they have what it takes to match the Spaniard. Well, maybe luck at the end of the day will decide, but trust me, as an African and somebody who loves beautiful football, I think I'll be sticking with the Moroccans, yeah, as an African. But then Egypt and France, the Egyptians, yeah, they showed some very solid spirit, the commitment, the zeal, the hunger. We saw it yesterday, triumphing, via penalty shootout. Maybe the same thing will play out against the host nation, maybe to end in regulation time. But as an African as well, I think I'm still going to stick with Egypt. Now, Morocco, I believe if they just can't, cross this hurdle, they have what it takes to go win the gold, medal after Nigeria and Cameroon, perhaps the third African nation to do so. I wish them the best.
Perhaps maybe we'll see two Africans playing themselves in the final. It is very possible. What if Egypt defeats France and Morocco beats Spain? Well, vice versa, anything can happen. We just hope that at least let one African nation be able to do it. And we saw that the record is still there. Nigeria and Cameroon be the only teams in Africa to have done this, winning gold at the Olympics. Well, for France and Argentina, the rivalry is really not from here as we speak, but it's getting tough and tough every time they play themselves, and the enmity is just too much. But right now, just a touch concerning tennis. Novak Djokovic will be playing against Carlos Alcaraz in the final of men's Olympic Games tennis. It's a big one coming up. If you remember Wimbledon, he actually dislodged him there, and now he wants to be a payback for Carlos Alcaraz to see how he will defeat Novak Djokovic. For tennis, it's going to be a tough one between these two players because not quite long Alcaraz defeated Novak Djokovic, and now it's a payback time. Who knows? Maybe he will defeat him. I'm sure you have just a snippet of concerning that.
Name, and of course, maybe experience, will come into play. However, Novak should be very, very careful. I mean, these young, fast rising stars in terms of tennis are super ready to create upset. And who knows? If you think you're coming for a revenge and that is what is playing out in your psyche, and you forget to take your chances, you get another upset. So by and large, I really want to see the best of tennis, and trust me, the best of tennis is what we're going to see in terms of this fixture. Yeah, it's a big stage, and the two superstars will be ready to take on each other. We'll wait to see what will happen at the end of the day.
Okay, big one coming up in the men's final there for tennis there. Well, quickly, let's come back and talk about transfer. Well, this time around, Kano Pillars, as they call their same as Gida boys right now, they have their coach, Usman Sharif Abdallah, has been appointed or announced as the technical advisor of that team. And we saw what happened concerning Paul Offer in the jiffy because of our time. Just talk about this. But right now, Offer is out. We have Abdallah now for that story. Kano Pillars announced Usman Abdallah as their coach.
I hope he will succeed. I really do hope. Because you don't bring in a coach because he's your tribe man or he's from your, family. I'm just saying this overall. I'm not saying it's from any of the officials or management in this family. But trust me, if I have to go deep because of our time, like you said, I won't be able to. But trust me, the way and manner. And I hope that he would disappoint those who probably believe that he doesn't have the quality to deliver. Yeah, Kano Pillars is a very, very big team. As far as Nigerian football is concerned, I understand the point in time some foreigners were even, just need to also come in as probably manager or coaches for the team. We hope for the best for the Sai Mesugida side. All the best, Abdallah, and we hope we'll succeed together as far as Nigerian football is concerned.
Okay, talking about Nigerian football there for Kano Pillars. They want to do well next season. Let's see what Abdallah will be offering them. And still talking about Nigerians. This time around, Super Eagles midfielder Ogene Karoe Tebo has been able to get a 2-year deal with a team in Turkey, second division League, where he will be playing his trade next season. Well, for Tebo, it's a good one. At least let him his career come back. A former player of Watford, Southampton and all that. But now he's back to football.
Yeah, I think it's good to see Ogene Table, having a club now. Like over the years, there have been questions, where has it been? Injury is one of those things that could probably ruin the career of players. But I think he's been able to recover and he's ready to go again. I hope that he will play at his best and possibly get more better offers and have more spell in terms of play football. The point in time was an injury in the Super Eagles squad, and before he actually faded off due to injury. We wish him the best. It's good to see Ogene Table back. We really wish him the best.
Okay, and before we go, even though our time is almost up, let's talk about our Team Nigeria in 1996. On this day, exactly today's date, 3rd of August 1996, Atlanta Olympics saw an African team. They called them the Dream Team. They were able to win gold for Nigeria in football. That's a big one. That particular picture there, it was iconic. Looking at Kanu Nwankwo after he scored that goal, and also the entire team standing to see how they celebrate that Atlanta 96. Let me just take you back there. Well, for 1996, the whole street across Nigeria went agog for the fact that Nigeria had been the first African nation to win the Olympics exactly the same day today, 28 years ago. Ahmad Emmanuel, what an iconic picture, and also what a time, what a night. It was a night that Nigeria will never, ever forget.
One of the reasons we continue to make reference to this squad, remember, they took that form to, some subsequent football events, and they did play very well. And we hope that maybe someday we're going to have a similar committed, very, very energetic, natural talents that will play for the national team again. Look at Papilo, man. It was being celebrated and still being celebrated right now, because anybody that loves football come across Nwankwo Kanu anywhere, come on, you can't help but like him. We hope that we'll have an even better squad that will do us proud someday.
Seriously, a good one there for Papilo and the entire team. They did so well, beating Brazil, Argentina, and they were able to win that cup for the first time. An African nation actually did it before Cameroon followed suit after 4 years. And now we are having 2 African nations, Egypt and Morocco, getting to the semi-final, and hopefully they can make it and make us proud. At least if one of them can win this, that will be the 3rd time an African nation will be doing it, and we're ready to celebrate them for the fact of a record. Exactly 28 years ago, Dream Team Nigeria, they did it and they won that Olympic game. Well, Ahmad Emmanuel, I want to appreciate you for being with us on the show Weekend Sport. Thank you so much for joining us from Lokoja.
Pleasure is always mine. Thanks a lot for having me, and of course, regards to the crew.
Okay, good one there. For Team Nigeria at the Olympics, that will be competing today. Rosemary Chukwuma, Enekwechi Chukwebuka in shot put, and also all the athletes in 100-meter race. And we then the best, not forgetting Adaku Odanku there, who will also be competing for Nigeria in swimming. We wish all of them the best as they continue to compete to represent Team Nigeria. That's it on the show Weekend Sport. Adeni Jushafe. As we always say, that sport is business and fitness. Have a splendid weekend. And